Now behind Dallas, the Giants will be without JPP, who is done for the season. Max, I know this one's personal for you. Who you got?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll keep it very subjective. Look, the fact is that the Cowboys are the best team in football. And Eli is playing behind from the beginning of the game because the Giants have no running game. So everyone knows he's got to throw the ball. And the Giants are missing JPP, and that's a hit that affects their chances. And I'm picking the Giants to win this game. Even against the Steelers, where the Giants couldn't seem to do anything right, they had many chances to win the game and blew it. The Steelers outplayed them. They were the better team on that day, but the Giants had to play really poorly by their standards in order for that to be the case. If you look at the Cowboys' weakness, if they have one, it's an inability to get pressure bringing 4 against the opposing quarterback. The Giants, that helps them because their offensive line is the issue. Flowers getting beaten on like every play, getting called for holding and stuff because he is beaten so frequently, really affects the team. But if you can't get pressure, and that turns the Giants' offensive line into something greater than it is, that really addresses the problem. Now the Giants' receivers can get into their routes, and Eli, this is a team that can score quickly. Even though Dallas has this ball control offense that has worked for them all year, that's okay. They can be dominating various facets of the game, and then you can look up and a couple quick strikes on that Giants offense, and the Giants are right in it. So I think the Giants have a good chance to win, and being at home, I think it tips to them. Giants win the game. Go ahead, Stephen A., because I got something else to add to that.
No, go ahead. Take your time. It's your moment. Take it.
Well, Dak Prescott, part of his success is he doesn't turn the ball over. And he's, as I said, he's the front runner for MVP at the moment. If I had a ballot to cast right now, it'd go to Prescott. I think it's a pretty easy decision at the moment. But if you look at not only ball control versus quick strikes, where one team looks like they're dominating, but the other can make it a game even if it shouldn't be, Landon Collins got a nose for the ball. And in a game like this that can easily be decided on a turnover, I look for Landon Collins to get work.
Okay, I hear where you're coming from. We all know that I believe the Dallas Cowboys are an accident waiting to happen. We know that I can't stand their fan base. They're the most delusional fan base in American history. I despise these people. I don't like them.
And now we know why.
I always root for them to lose. And that's one of the reasons why, as I articulated just a few days ago, one of my worst memories as a youngster, you know, having my heart cracked in half by a devoted Cowboys fan. We all get it. I had to confess it. It is what it is. And I'll never get over it in that respect in terms of being a Cowboy fan, and which is why the Cowboy fans will fall, because that's what they do. But not this week. I'm picking the Cowboys to win this game. And the reason I'm picking the Cowboys to win this game is a couple of things. Number one, I don't believe that the Cowboys are going to lose twice to the New York Giants in the same regular season. I can see the Giants beating them in the playoffs, not twice in the regular season. The Giants are just, they epitomize what a roller coaster is all about. They're up and down. And I think that even though last week wasn't a great week in Pittsburgh, I anticipate that this week will be somewhat the same. Eli Manning will have good moments. I also believe he'll throw at least 2 picks. The Dallas Cowboys rank 5th against the rush. The problem is the Giants have the second worst running attack in all of football. I don't know what the conditions are going to be like at MetLife Stadium this weekend. I know it's going to be cold. I know that could be a hindrance to the Dallas Cowboys as well as the New York Giants. The difference is Dak can run with the football. Eli Manning, not so much. Not to mention the fact that I anticipate Eli Manning will force a few throws, because last week, Odell Beckham Jr. complaining about the referees, and they didn't go to him enough early, so they kept going to him late, okay? They didn't go to, Sterling enough. Okay, that was a problem. And they didn't target Victor Cruz at all. So I think that Eli is going to feel compelled. McAdoo is going to feel compelled as well to make sure that they get these other individuals involved. And as a result, for Church and Carr and the rest of the crew, it's going to be an opportunity for them to shine on this particular morning. And although Damon Harrison has been a welcomed addition to the Giants defense in terms of really assisting and stuffing the run, because he's one of the elite run stoppers in the game right now, I still expect Ezekiel Elliott to get his. And as a result, I think it's going to be a grind yet again. But I'm assuming, I think that the Giants are going to lose this game 28-27.
No, a close game like that. I mean, look, this is the type of game to me that written all over it is if you weren't watching the scoreboard late in the game, you'd think Dallas is up by a couple touchdowns, but it ain't going to be like that. The score is going to be much closer than the feel of the game. And I think in games like that, give me Eli Manning. The reason that you think he's going to throw a couple picks, aside from the fact that he needs to spread the ball around. He has no running game, so they know he's going to throw it. And either Odell is complaining or Shepard's complaining or Victor Cruz isn't getting a pass, so he's going to have to spread it around. But besides that, the reason Eli throws picks is the gunslinger mentality. He's not afraid to lose. That's why he's won a couple Super Bowls. He'll make throws sometimes ill-advised if he thinks he gives him a chance to win. And I expect plays like that by Eli Manning down the stretch to win this game at home against the Dallas Cowboys.
All right.
See, here's my thing. I will openly confess to you all that this wishful thinking on my part. Because, see, to me, if the Giants win this game and beats the Dallas Cowboys twice, Max, when have you seen an NFC East team lose to another team within their division 3 times in the same year? So I'm holding out hope. You know, it's like a backward philosophy in this regard. I'm kind of hoping, not just picking the Cowboys. I'm hoping they win so I can pick them to lose come playoff time. Because I think if the Giants win again in the regular season, having beaten them twice, then the odds of them taking the Cowboys out if they met in the postseason are slim to none. I don't see a team within the NFC East winning all 3 games. So when I told y'all the other day that I ran into Odell Beckham and Victor Cruz at the Giants game, I literally told them if I had my druthers, because I don't believe any team within the division is going to win 3 times against the other in a season, I want y'all to lose this weekend so you can beat them in the playoffs. That's my wish, and I wanted to just confess to the world out there. That's what I'm thinking in all of this. Don't think for 1 second I'm picking the Cowboys just because I think they can win it all. I hope they lose, but I want them to lose in the playoffs rather than this Sunday. So go ahead and win this Sunday so I can sit here.
I need to open
as I am.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
As much as I hate giving Stephen A. credit, it's a fine point, Stephen A. You are wise as you are loquacious on this matter.
That was a good point. And since we're being open and confessing, I just need to confess I legitimately have butterflies in my stomach already thinking about this game. This one is like a Super Bowl for some of us Giants fans.
Yes.
Speaking of which, the Cowboys president and general manager had some gems this morning in the New York Daily News. Jerry Jones making 2 bold predictions. Here they are, folks. I think Romo is going to get his opportunity. I don't want it to happen, but I think he may get his opportunity to get us a Super Bowl. While that's a mixed bag when I think about it, that means you don't have Dak out there, but it means what a story. One for the ages. If he'd step in there and this year help us win a Super Bowl on the field with his skill, that can happen here. We're not talking about a bus driver out there. We're talking about a guy who can go out there and move our team. Stephen A., the gift that keeps on giving in Jerry Jones. Yes.
What did I say? Didn't I tell y'all?
It's unbelievable.
Didn't I tell y'all?
It's
How many
unbelievable.
times have I told y'all? Didn't I tell you? Max, did I not told this months ago?
You did.
What did I tell? With Molly, Max, what did I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? I told y'all Jerry wouldn't let me down, right? Didn't I tell y'all the accident is coming? This is just an inkling of it. I tried to tell everybody. So here you are. You got Max Kellerman going on national TV, all right? You know, being loquacious himself, by the way, articulating his message in such eloquent fashion, talking about Dak Prescott as the #1 MVP candidate. And while you got the #1 MVP candidate, you're Jerry Jones, and you basically went out there and said, I hope something happens to him so Tony Romo can be in the game. You can't make this up. You cannot make this. Is beautiful. This is beautiful. I mean, I am so touched. Let me tell Jerry Jones, mwah, mwah. Jerry Jones, I love you. I love you with all my heart. He is not letting me down. Didn't I tell y'all? I told you what he was going to do, right? So you got the Max's number one candidate for league MVP, and you got the owner basically saying, I kind of wish something happens to Dak, because that's the only way under which Tony Romo can end up in a game, right? Other than garbage time. That's the only way that Tony Romo can end up being back in the lineup if something happens to Dak. And what does the billionaire owner, the man that has taken it, that bought the Cowboys for about $800 million, got them worth over $4 billion, the hype machine personified, what does he go out and do? He basically says to his quarterback, I hope something happens to you so we can have Tony Romo back in there. I'm trying to tell you, you can't make it up. You just can't make it up. I mean, go ahead, man. And it's beautiful. Isn't just beautiful? Jerry Jones. I love you, Jerry. I knew he would have let me down.
Before I even address this topic, I want to talk a little bit about rooting interests in sports, okay? Because what forms your rooting interest a lot of times is your sports enemy. And your sports enemy are the people you're closest to, the people you see every day. It could be your dad or your mom or your brother or your coworker or your friend or your, just whoever you're close to and you talk about sports a lot with. Even if you root for the same teams, you'll figure out things to argue about. They become your sports enemy. And they can polarize you against certain positions. In fact, if you're smart, you can use that to polarize them against positions and torture them with it. Some good prospect on your favorite team, start to speak hyperbolically about them, overstate how good they are, and then that'll polarize your friend against them, and soon they find themselves rooting against this excellent prospect on your team. There are all kinds of ways you can take advantage of this. And right now, I feel as though I'm being taken advantage of by Stephen A. Smith, my sports enemy. I mean, I should be sitting here just filled with glee that Jerry Jones said something this monumentally stupid. What a gift. Manna from heaven as a Giants fan.
Christmas.
What could possibly go wrong? The accident waiting to happen? He just proved you right, Stephen A. All year, he's been right on point with the way he's handling it. Keeping Tony Romo feeling loyal to the Cowboys, not really diminishing Dak at the same time, keeping Romo ready. Well, if we have a great record by the time Romo's ready to come back, we'll have to procrastinate a little with his health, which they did. And if we still have a great record, we're going to have a press conference where Romo says, look, this is Dak's team, which they did, and Romo was glad enough to do because of the support Jerry Jones. I mean, he handled it perfectly until now.
Well, Max,
what kind of a comment is that? That he's not just a bust. He's not just a bus driver. I'll tell you what type of comment it is. I mean,
Max, here's the deal. He's basically saying, Tony Romo's better than Dak, I mean, we're going to roll with Dak because we have no choice. But I'm telling y'all, Tony Romo is better. Let me remind the world. And Max, as a tribute to you, as a gift to you and me, you know what? We actually have a song about the accident waiting to happen that the Dallas Cowboys are. Take it away, y'all. It's beautiful. This is beautiful. I love it. I love it, Max. Don't you love that song? We're going to play that every day. We're going to play that every day.
You really called it, though. He has officially showed his true colors.
he really did.
Accident. Wait. I'm telling you, hear that music, man? It's beautiful. I mean, Max, this might as well be Kumo D, KRS-One, LL, or somebody. I don't know, Max. Jerry Jones. Did I not call it? Did I not call it, Max? I told y'all. I told y'all it was coming.
Yep.
Cowboys fans,
you were like Babe Ruth with this one, calling a shot. Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
But I can't believe the bus driver comment. That's the one that jumps out to me. He's not just driving the bus, as though using game manager as a dirty word, which you're not, as a phrase that's pejorative, which everyone goes out of their way in football, who knows football. Hey, that's not a bad thing to be, a game manager. But Dak's not just a game manager. Dak is a game manager who's a star on third down. I mean, that's everything you want. That's Tom Brady. That's Russell Wilson. Those are Super Bowl champion type quarterbacks. And to throw shade on your rookie who should be the MVP right now, because clearly, Stephen A., what you said about Jerry Jones's feelings towards Tony Romo is right. He thinks he's his son or something. I mean, it's unbelievable. But thank God for Jerry Jones as a Giants fan.
Jerry Jones. Mwah! Thank you so much to the Cowboy fans, out there. I told y'all Jerry was going to mess it up. You just wait. I'm just going to sit back. Now it's getting really, really fun. The Dallas Cowboy fans are about to suffer. Maybe not this Sunday. It's coming. You see what Jerry Jones just did? Bam! It's over.
Now it's got to actually result in bad things on the field for them.
Jerry Jones just opened his mouth. He just messed up everything. Tony Romo, Dak Prescott. Tony Romo's better than Dak Prescott, you know. Dak Prescott, I mean, well, who is he? Tony Romo is the guy. That's what Jerry Jones said. It's beautiful.
Stephen A., major props here. You called this one. Jerry officially once again showing us his true colors. But Carmelo Anthony, guys, I think he's trying to tell us something low-key. So the Carmelo Anthony-Phil Jackson beef has taken over New York, so much so that they got the front and back pages of the New York Post this morning. That's tough. We'll break the latest down there. Plus, Greg Popovich not happy after last night's Spurs loss to the Bulls. We'll react to what he said after the break. Here's a sneak peek.